Hello everyone, welcome back to our tutorial. Last time we were implementing my account user updating profile to my account. We finished successfully. In today's tutorial I want us to look at the settings. So we need to also implement settings after get profile. So when you come to our site here, we want to create another item here which allows us to change this logo. We can also change the favicon somewhere there. We can also change other website details. For now you can see it is static, but we need a way whereby everything is made dynamic, so we are going to call that setting. So before we continue, in our folder called layouts, here so go to sidebar, not sidebar but footer. So you can write here the version, so you can say pharmacy. You can call this pharmacy management system version 1. Okay, so that when we come and refresh this page down here, it doesn't remain blank. So it looks okay, it looks nice. Okay, so we have pharmacy management system version 1. So we need to create another menu here called settings. So you see here we have profile, but we need to create another one here called settings. So we come to our sidebar. So let's close this one and we come to our sidebar. So we create settings. Okay, so this one is going to be called a list class nav header class nav, not header but nav item settings. Okay, then we close that. So we call this one club nav item admin settings, system settings. Okay, so we have use this one to separate. So we call our setting called admin settings. So when you come refresh this, you can see that something is down here. So you can even do that too. Maybe you can change this one. You can say users. Okay, so there is a way you can do that. So you can copy this, and then you come up here. After the dashboard, you paste this, and here you call them users. Okay, you can also come after that, you come, then users ends after the medicine, and then you can call this one pharmacy management. Okay, so that everything that is happening there can be clearly seen. So when you refresh this, you are able to see users, pharmacy management. So in pharmacy management we have this. So everything is now well organized. So when you come to settings, we need to implement this. So right now when you click, you can see that the URL is not found. So we need to come and place here. Let's put settings after this one here. So let's call them settings. Okay, so in the settings, you can use root get admin settings. Then we are going to use let's just create a controller called settings. You can call it settings controller. Okay, and we say settings and then update settings. Those two, we need those two routes. So we need to create this controller. We can come to our terminal as usual, then we say php artisan make controller, and our controller is called settings controller, and then you enter. Then after doing that, so we see the success. we come and import it up here. Okay, so we say use app, then settings, controller. You save the file so you can see that the error is gone. So we are ready. So we can create these classes. Okay, you can create those classes in the settings model. So we jump into the model here. Okay, and yeah, so we see we come public function settings. So we are going to create actually, first of all, create the meta title, that the header. So we come and put say data, and we call it header title settings. Okay, and then we return the view. So settings, we call it admin settings. Let's just say admin settings, and then let's call it dot settings. Okay, then we pass data, then we need to close this. Okay, so there what we need to do is to create this folder called settings under the admin folder. So you need to come, let me see, what do I have here? Okay, fine. So we have the we need to create the folder called setting under the admin. So we come create folder settings, and then we come also to create this file called settings. Okay, the file is called settings. File settings dot blade dot php. Okay, so we need to get some extension. So let's just copy, very fast copy something that we had. Let me just close this one for now so we can have something legit. We can come and copy everything from this end. Okay, so I just need this. Let me copy up to this end. Okay, yes, there is a way I've done it just to make everything okay. So let me just do this. I can close this one, close this one, close this one, close this one. Yeah, so that is okay. So I come and do that. So I just need to make a space a bit, and there what we are going to do, we are going to make a card body. First of all, let's just add this here as system settings. Sorry, we just say let me do this. We call it system settings. Okay, so after that need to put this URL called admin settings. This one is very much okay because we will upload images, so you leave it there. Okay, then we start with the form group. So we have we are going to put the site logo, so let's call it site logo. Okay, for logo. Okay, so how are we going to call it? Logo, just call it logo. So we call it logo, and then we put this as a file. Okay, so logo is a file, so we are going to use it as a file there, like that. So we say we just need to do this. Before we do this, actually I will need to, let's create site name. Okay, so we have the site name. The site name, not really, we just need fav or fav fav Favicon. Okay, so that one is also going to be let me just generate that. Actually, I'm going to remove everything here. So let's just first of all create these fields. Actually, we don't need it right now. Let's just remove it because it's gonna confuse me. Let's just first of all create our table. Okay, so we need to know how many table fields do we have, and then we are going to retrieve those information from our table. Okay, yeah, so we need just to create a model also called setting models, so with our table called settings. So let's go to our database very fast and add new table. And our table, we are going to call it settings. Sorry, settings. Confirm if the spelling is wrong. Need to know that. So we have not many of them, actually there are not so many. We have ID, which is primary auto increment here. Then we have logo, the one we have just seen. We have logo, we have favicon, let's call it fav icon, like that. This, then we have application name, so let's call it site name. Yeah, application name makes sense. Application name, and let's add like two, which created at, updated at, created at, then updated at. Okay, updated at. So this one, date and time, date time, date time, null, just put it null here. And this one is vaca, so we just use vaca, this vaca 255, vaca 255. This other one logo is also vaca 255. We're going to make them null. Okay, like that. So when you are done with that, we just hit on save our changes, table changes. So we have table called settings here. So we have these fields ready. Okay, now what we are going to do is to put some data. We're just going to key in some random data. So let's just insert, we can say insert, and in our first, we know it's one, so let's just put it's one, automatically going to be keyed in. And then the logo, we just know there is a logo. Let's, this one there is something. Then application name, we can call it um, student. Okay, let's call it pharmacy, Excel pharmacy management, and then date and time. We can insert any date here. Let's just insert any date. We can just say that updated that. We can also say that, and then we go. Okay, so we can see that we have one row of affected with the record. We don't have these icons, they are not ready with that. So I don't know why this one you didn't put null. Let's put this null. Okay, this one should also be null, so that if we don't have anything, this is null. Okay, yeah, so when you come here, browse here, we see this null, this is also null. Okay, null. So now we have our table ready, so means that we can collect information in a row. Okay, so let's come and now start implementing with whatever we have here. Okay, so we come. First of all, we need to fetch the logo. We need to fetch the logo before we start doing that. So to fetch the logo, we come to our settings model, which we have not created. So we need to create our setting models. So let's just take this model. We can copy and we can paste. So we have this, we can call it, we can rename it to setting models. Okay, let's call it settings model. So here we also need to call it settings model. Okay, so from there we can remove this. I don't think we need it, so we can, okay, this one changes it to settings. We can remove this, all of it the way it is, and then what we are going to do is to public function we call it get logo. Okay, so public function get logo, and then what we are going to return there is, or we want to check if it is not empty. Okay, so we say if not empty. Okay, if not empty, then it is this logo. Okay, and file exists. So we go to public path, file exit, public path, then upload. So we are going to call it logo. Let's call this uploads, then we are going to call it logo. So that folder will be created. Okay, and then this logo. Okay, so what we are going to return is a URL. We are using URL. We are going to return URL uploads logo, this logo, just like that. Very simple. And then we don't have any image, so we just stop it there. We don't have logo default image, so let's just, if we don't have logo, then we use the default image, but in this case I won't use that for now. So we are going to use that, and then let's check for the favicon icon as well. So we come public function get favicon. Okay, it's the same thing, the same logic. So we are going inside the logo folder and we are saving the favicon there. Okay, so our name is going to be favicon. That is what we are going to do. Okay, so we save this, so our model is ready to use. What is any import that we may have not done? Nothing. So everything is okay. So after that, now we come to our settings. Sorry, this one. What is this? So I think I messed up with one of our. Whoa! I messed up with this. I messed up with this. I was not aware that is what I had done. I was creating it in the wrong direction. Okay, so let's just remove this. I think I was doing it wrong way. So let me just copy everything. Sorry about that. And then come to setting, paste it here. And then we are going to remove whatever we don't need, like this, up to this region. I delete. Now we can put a new form group. Okay, and then we are going to start with the site logo. We call it logo. Okay, so our logo, what we are going to do, we are going to write a statement that is going to write a statement that is going to fetch the already existing logo. Okay, so we just say logo, and then the logo, we have the file input name. So let's say logo. So we say logo, and yeah, so we have logo. Let me bring this up here. Logo, and then we have value. So value is going to be old logo, but before the old logo, so we are going to make get. So we have old logo. Actually, I don't need this old logo here. I just need to get record. So we are going to write that function. So let's just call it get record logo. Okay, so we are checking if it is empty, then it return null. So that is the reason why you are using this. If it is not empty, then it is going to return logo. Okay, so after that, then we write we open an if function. So we say if, okay, let me say if we say if not empty, if not empty. So we say if not empty, get record logo. Okay, get record logo, and then we are going inside there. Okay, first of all, let me break. So can use break, and down there I come to img, then img source. We are going to get the source from the url, not url but get record. So we are going to get record logo. Okay, so get record logo, get record logo is not logo, but we got it here. Okay, so we already wrote that here, get logo. So copy this, and then you come put it here. So get record, get logo, and then Yeah, so we can set the height and width as it is. So let me say style width, style maximum width. So I think let's just use 100 100. Okay, so let's just say here width is 100 and height is 100. Okay, so that's fine. And then we end if then we can say maybe you can say something like, just to guide your users, always very important, you can say that the recommended image size, the recommended size is 100 by 100 pixels. Okay, so that is somebody can read and see. So after that we can close the div. Okay, so we also need to get the 5 icon, so we come and get the 5 icon, so we count for 5 icon. Okay, so 5 icon, we just do the same thing. So here we say get 5 icon, what we wrote as a function from the model, and then the recommended 5 icon is 50 by 50. Okay, so this one, from there we can close the div. Okay, then we go to our next is application name. Yeah, site name, actually site name. So we just put the site name. Also ensure that you check, so you say it get site name, and if it is empty you just return empty. Okay, that is what we are doing. Then the last one, last but not least, what do we have? Let me check our table. We have application, so we are done. Then we have the update button here. Okay, save. Let's use save. That is all. So the next, what we are going to do is to write the controller function. The controller function, which is going to be update settings. Oh, sorry, update settings. Yeah, so here what we are going to implement step by step, we have first of all called the model. So we are going to get our model. So let's use that as save. We can use save, and we say save is equal to settings, the settings model first, not first, but we are going to find settings model find one. Okay, so we are going to import this. So we are going to import this. Let's just import settings. Let me remove this first, and we need to import that up here. Okay, settings model, we have successfully import. So it is use app model settings model. Ensure that is done. Okay, use apps models settings model, and that is going to disappear. So from here we are going to write another logic to check if it is not empty. Okay, so we say if not empty, if not empty, then we are going to request. Okay, we are going to request, what are we requesting? We are requesting file. Okay, so file name is logo, just from what we've written from our field, table field. So file name is called logo, so put an additional one, and then you come here, put that. Okay, so we are going to say if we have to unlink every time we save, we need to unlink. If save logo and file exist, public path logo, save logo. Okay, so save logo, then unlink. Okay, so we unlink, then we are going to file request logo file name. Okay, so we use file time extension original, so we are using file name is equal to time dot file get client original, then file move, we move to the public path that is called logo, then we save the logo. Okay, we save the logo, so that is the thing. We do the same to Favicon. Okay, so let me accept this. So you do the same to Favicon, you write the same thing that we have written here, and our name Favicon was also found in the folder called logo. Okay, don't forget about that. Our Favicon we have placed to be found in the folder called logo, and the name is called Favicon. So this one is going to be logo. Don't forget about that. Okay, Favicon logo. Yeah, I think everything is now fine up to there. Then we come to the next one, which is now called what do we need? We call save. Now we want to call the save function. If not empty, request site name, then we save site name is equal to request site name. We can just do this by calling it trim. You can call the trim function request file name, and then we can also save created that date as I think with that it's just okay. Then we save the thing. So save the file, and we return to admin settings as success. Settings successfully updated. Okay, so with that I think we are good to go. So after doing this, we are good to go. The one thing that we need to do here under the settings, remember that we use the method called get method. So we come here and say data, then we write here get record. So you have to declare that one. So get record is coming from the setting model, find one, just like that, and then you save. So we already passed data here, so everything's okay. So when you come here now to our site and click settings, so you can see that it is loading, but the site name is not loading. So meaning that something is still not working fine, because you can see our site supposed to be loading from what we had here. So we need to check why is it not loading this name here. We are expecting it to load from that name. So let's do that very fast. Okay, why that is not loading. So here on the settings.blade, still we need just to say this as settings. So we can say settings, and here we say settings update. Okay, let's see what we have here in the URL. Let's see what we have. It is settings, not settings update. So here you remove the additional update and you just make it settings. Okay, so that one is now okay. So when you come here and refresh that, it is now loading correct. Let's now check why it is not collecting information there. Okay, yeah, so we come here at the settings, so we can see our database is application's name, but we have used the site's name. So you copy this, copy, and then you come here, and then everything here which is called site names, you change everything. Okay, just need to be uniform everywhere. So this one is not site name but application. Is only the title you can keep to be the site name. Okay, we can also counter check if we have everything, all these things. I think these are now right. And when we come back to our website and refresh this page, you can see that we are now getting the application name. Okay, we see, we come here and refresh. Now we can see what we have, the value we have here in the database. So we just need to try to upload these images. I'll just upload them randomly for now. Let me find something which is looking like a logo. Where is it? I can find something that is looking like a logo. I don't know what I can use. Okay, let me just put this. Okay, fine. So to me, I can say let's use this flat icons. Where are they? Flat icons. You can always go to your site, you check on the flat icon, you get free icons there, and we can download them. Okay, so those free vectors icons, we can use them. So let me just say let me call for capsule, that is for drag. Access denied, you don't have permission to access this. So this may be due to restricted content, sufficient permission, or misconfigured request. Okay, let me just get any free icon somewhere. I think if that is happening, I can get free icon, free pick. I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why this is happening to me. My IP address reference. Let me first of all disconnect my VPN, and I can come back and refresh this page. Yeah, I think it is VPN which was blocking it. So when I come here and say free, I can scroll for capsule. Okay, and can get any icon which I want. Let me take this one. So I can do some, I just need to do a resize, file size. So I want, why is it not coming for me to edit icon? I think I edit icon. You come to edit icon, and then you come to, oh, it's not coming for me. Okay, I don't know why. Let me take this. Let me take 128 for now, so I can come and put it to pharmacy. Okay, I just put it somewhere on the desktop pills, and then I can also download a smaller one. I want to download a smaller one, which is, because that one was 50. Let me download 64, which I'm going to use for the favicon. Okay, so let me put that. Okay, so I'm coming to my desktop and I'm going to rename this one as favicon for identification, and this one I will name it as logo. Okay, so when I come to our site, let me close this one. I don't need it now. So I come here and browse from our desktop. I need this, which is logo for that. Then this one, which is favicon. Okay, I click that and then save. So you can see that it has saved successfully, and we are here ready to view what we have. Okay, so all these are set, so we will just see how we are going to put it here. We are going to see how we can put this, we can add the favicon up there. Okay, thank you very much for watching this tutorial. I'm very much happy to ask you if you can subscribe and to my YouTube channel and share with your friends so that they can also learn together. Thank you. And now next tutorial we are going to see how to implement whatever we've saved in the database, the remaining parts. The remaining parts. So we have this one and we have the logo here, and then we have favicon up there. Thank you very much. Bye bye.